We had seen many YouTube videos of raising spinnakers. This was our realistic expectation. But instead, this was our reality.
Oh! By a boat, he said. It'll be fun, he said. After all that, how are we going?
The spinnaker is up.
What is a spinnaker, I hear you ask? A spinnaker is a sail generally used for light winds, as it's lightweight and has a large surface area. So it can maximise use of the available wind by catching the wind and ballooning out, rather than creating thrust like other sails. It's used on a downwind sail, so basically when the wind is coming from behind the boat. Now, let's get back to it.
After a night of 20 to 25 knot winds gusting to nearly 30, with seas on the beam and basically covering the water the boat inside water, we have a morning of 10 knots directly behind us, and we finally got the spinnaker up. Our third time getting it up, and about our 7th attempt.
And what speed are we going?
All 7 knots.
Well, that's okay. I did expect about 30 knots.
Yeah, I expected it to be planing.
Planing. That Cape Canaveral has to check its rocket launches just to make sure that one didn't go astray.
Well, we got there. Not sure we know what we're doing.
Yes, indeed, we did get there, after 1.5 hours. But let's start from the start. Unlike racing boats, most cruising boats don't have all their sails easily accessible and ready to launch. Our spinnaker is stored in a bag within the bow locker. We take about 20 to 30 minutes to set up the spinnaker. During this time, the wind strength or direction could change. And all this effort would be wasted. To set up the lines, we have to hang off the front of the boat, which isn't comforting at all. But the wind is only light, so we're not going fast.
Ship block.
Yep.
Up to the jib winch.
These tasks can only be learned on the fly.
It goes on the outside of the shrouds for this block.
Yeah.
This winch.
Oh, where does that go to?
This winch.
The winch. Oh, okay.
This is not a drill.
Right. And you remember the difference between the guys and the sheets?
No.
I am since told that the difference between the guy lines and sheets on the spinnaker is that the guy line attaches to the tack, which is the leading edge of the spinnaker, anchored closest to the direction of the wind, whereas the sheet is attached to the clew, which is the flying edge of the spinnaker, and the side away from where the wind is coming from. Both a sheet and a guy line is attached to each corner of the spinnaker, so you have control no matter which way the wind is coming from. There's only so much reading and watching of the how-tos before you have to jump in and try it for yourself.
So we've gone and checked the wind, because while we've been setting this up after a big time with no wind, it seems to have really picked up. Too much for a spinnaker. That's the problem with the spinnaker. It takes so long to set up. Okay.
You ready?
For what?
To launch.
Yeah, what do we do after that?
Okay, so what I'll have you do is go back to the guy line. So the guy line is going to be the one that goes through this block onto the winch.
Okay.
We're going to start with them tight, because we're just going to run downwind.
So the ones at midship?
The jib winch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the same on the other side, you're going to start tightening that one up. That one can't go as tight, because it's got to get out in the front of all this first.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll do the chute.
Yeah.
Unless you want to do the chute.
Tell me which one to do.
You do the jibs.
Okay. But I don't make them tight, do I? Just
I'll
firm.
tell you how tight.
Okay. Yeah. So.
It's not going anywhere. Let it go.
What do I hold on to? Anything?
Nothing.
Okay. So do I go back?
You can't do it from the front, no.
No, but I mean now.
Dustin retains information better than I do, so inevitably, he reteaches me how to do tasks. Over. And over. And over again. Here we are starting to deploy the Spinnaker by pulling on the sock's line to remove the sock. Also known as a chute, the sock holds the Spinnaker like a sock holds a foot. By pulling off the sock, the Spinnaker is able to expand and catch the wind. Unfortunately, the Spinnaker is getting caught up within the sock.
I've got this up only once before. And now it's around the tube.
As the Spinnaker is being deployed, it has wrapped itself around the head sail.
What inside the chute? That's a f***ing.
Yeah, tell me if you want me out there.
No, I want you to control the boat. Okay, go dead downwind for me.
Dustin has directed me to go dead downwind, so I turn off the autopilot and hand steer to 180 degrees, which means with the wind coming directly from behind the boat to fill the Spinnaker.
Turn far to the right, far to your right!
The boat's rocking movement in the swell has not only allowed the wind to move around the mainsail to reach the Spinnaker, but it has swayed the Spinnaker in its sock, causing the Spinnaker to wrap around the headsail. By turning the boat to the right, Dustin is trying to use the wind to unwrap the Spinnaker from around the headsail.
Keep your shield it, Moreira!
You want the main let out?
Let it out! Let it out!
Yes. On max.
When we want the Spinnaker to lose power, we shield it. Shielding the Spinnaker means to use the mainsail to block the wind from reaching the Spinnaker.
You just have to drop it.
Yeah.
You just have to steer us.
Yeah.
Meet me out here!
Okay.
Grab this red line. Turn a f***ing man. Release it how you're pulling.
It's released. Just pull it.
Okay, I need you to grab the chute. Lock that off. Grab the chute. Start packing it back in.
Our main focus now is containment. We need to secure the Spinnaker to stop it blowing into the water. We need to pack it back into its sock.
It's caught. I can't pull down the chute. It's caught up there.
Okay, release this halyard.
The halyard, which is used to hoist the sail, needs to be released, so the Spinnaker and its attached sock can be dropped down to the deck, rather than swinging back and forth above our heads.
Don't tread on it, you'll fall.
Pack it in, please.
I can't, Dustin. I have to get that red line.
You don't, just pack it in, Laura. Push it in the hole.
Right at this moment, I'd like to push that sock into his hole.
Don't worry about the red line.
It's difficult to be mindful and filter your behaviour when in a pressured situation. We practice mindfulness when doing everyday boat activities, in the hope that the habit flows over to when we are in a stressful situation. We are better team players when we aren't on edge. And learning on the fly doesn't only apply to the physical tasks, but also applies to our mental habits too.
I need you to pick the whole thing up and bring it.
But mindfulness is a work in progress.
Start pulling this around.
Yeah. And what do I do with this? You're pulling it out again. Yep, just hold on.
We start to unwind the spinnaker from being wrapped around the head sail.
Weight's heavy, it's coming. There, you got a loop around it, yep. Pull.
Where 3 times? Okay, it's got to go around again.
So what if you undo the shackles?
Like this, target.
Yep.
Undo it.
Undo it.
Flip the halyard off to something. While I'm doing this, go. That halyard's not flipped off, Laura! Bring it here.
When a halyard is not secured, you risk losing access to it if it gets pulled up the mast.
Okay, take it over that side and clip it off, please. Make sure it's clipped. Clip it to the railing.
The spinnaker lines were in a right old tangle. Dustin has to keep prompting me throughout tasks. It's a bit hopeless of me, especially when we're in a time and a high-pressured situation. I can only get better with practice.
Are you going again?
You're not going to learn by not doing it. You don't solve the problem by just...
I thought we'd get into somewhere and take it out and untangle it and then go again next time.
It's a little foul face.
I've had enough.
What do you mean?
I'm ready for St. Augustine.
Well, the only way to get there is the sail there. You can't teleport.
A motor. It's Spinnaker-gate now.
It's Spinnaker-gate, nothing happened. We got in a tangle, we got it down, we solved the problem. Stop blowing things out of proportion. No one died, I lost a limb. No dolphins went.
The audio here is difficult to hear, so we'll fill it in for you. Oh golly gosh, what happened this time that made it go so pear-shaped? It wrapped itself around. It wasn't even once. It went around twice. No, 3 times. It's like though the black thing would have been swinging. So would that have given it momentum to go around the jib? This was just taking forever to come out. I'd pull it a little bit and it would get stuck. There's extra sock up here. Yeah, I know, because I shoved it all in the bottom. Have you got any ideas, little lady? No. Nothing? Okay, let's hook this on the red line. We're not done yet. Let's just focus on untangling it first, hey? It's still tangled, really tangled. What's that jet doing? That was a sonic boom. As long as they're not bombing us, we don't really care right now. Time to try again. Not that I wanted to have another go at deploying the spinnaker, but Dustin said that only losers give up, and if I gave up, no one would remember my name.
What? It's not. It's just, but maybe that's how it happened.
Is it just the boat's movements forcing it in this?
I think so, because I had trouble even holding it.
You're going to hold it down here. And pull it away from it.
Yeah.
It's like parachuting at the
Primary school. Do you want to go check the wind again? Oh! By a boat, he said. It'll be fun, he said. What is the wind?
14.5. So current 10. Steer to about 160.
Yeah, 160 on starboard.
Oh!
This time when Dustin raises the sock, he does so slower than before. And although the spinnaker is still getting caught within the sock, the wind is filling the spinnaker as it comes out. All seems to be going well, so I shorten the starboard guy line to pull the sail from port side to centre, while we also steer the boat downwind. Again, to catch as much wind as possible in the spinnaker.
Which one? Blue? Dead downwind.
We got there.
I don't know what's happening.
We got the spinnaker up.
I got that much.
That's 180 degrees, dead downwind, with the spinnaker flying. You beauty. We persevered and are better off for it, although I was ready to tap out and try again next time when the winds were suitable.
I was getting really cozy and drifting off for a nap when Dustin declared spinnaker weather. So we got up, and an hour and a half later, it's all up and going fine. But now I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. So there goes my nap time. There's still an hour where I'm off shift, so we'll see if I can get a little bit of sleep. In saying that, it is lunchtime as well.